chiamo Francesco Zoccali e sono uno studente di liuto al conservatorio di Alessandria. Sono molto onorato di poter intervistare il maestro e la ringrazio molto. Thank you very much for being here with us, maestro. My pleasure. For the first question, I would like to ask you about the lute. When was your first approach with the instrument and what encouraged you to study?
I was a rock guitarist. I played electric guitar in a rock and roll band, and a friend of our family suggested I could improve my rock and roll playing if I studied classical guitar. So I started studying classical guitar, and my teacher gave me 6 lute pieces of the Renaissance to play on the guitar. And I started playing them, and I loved the music, but I thought, why am I playing music on the wrong instrument? So I went to the record shop. This was 1970, so we had shops, we had negozi, which sold LPs in those days, right? And I found a recording of William Green playing lute music. And the first chord, I said, I'm in love. I have to play that instrument. So I went to my guitar teacher the next lesson, and I said, I just heard a lute, and I want to play the lute. And he looked at me as if I were crazy. And he said, well, I have a lute, but I can't play it. So if you want my lute, I will sell it to you. So he sold me the lute. And I discovered the strings were that high off of the fingerboard. And I thought, well, this doesn't make sense. So I took it to a guitar builder, and I said, can you make the action like a classical guitar? He said, sure. The next day, he gave me the lute. It was easy to play. I played at my next lesson the 6 Renaissance lute pieces. And that was the beginning of my introduction to the lute.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. I know that you worked a lot on John Bowles music.
Mm-hmm.
What is your relationship with this repertoire?
Well, I think Dowland is arguably the greatest lutenist composer certainly of the Renaissance. And so his music forms a central part of the repertoire of anyone who plays Renaissance lute music. So from the very beginning, when I first started playing the lute, I learned some pieces by Dowland. And about 30 years ago, I was recording for Harmonia Mundi, a record company, and they said, what would you think about recording all of the lute music of Dowland? And I thought, that's a big project, but why not? So I did this set of 5 CDs of all of Dowland, and since then I've learned how to do it better, I hope.
Thank you. And talking about the present, what does it mean for you to be a lutenist today?
I think to be a professional lutenist today is very challenging, because the lute is not a well-known instrument in the normal concert life. The opportunity to play solo lute concerts is primarily early music festivals, early music societies, but also classical guitar societies. I've always had a very close relationship with the classical guitar world, and I have a lot of friends in the guitar world, and so they invite me to festivals of classical guitar, and that makes the little world of early music and the lute is suddenly much bigger when we have the possibility to play in guitar festivals. But I think that for the most part today, most lutenists who want to earn their living playing the lute will have to be very good continuo players, because that's where you will earn your money. Playing continuo for operas, for chamber music, for And I love this because you have a varied repertoire to play.
The last question I would like to ask you is about the title the title of the recital. And why did you title it after the William Byrd song?
I think very often people give a title of a concert. They take the title of a concert from the title of a song. In this case, I love the title, Will You Go Walk the Woods So Wild? Because it gives you this wonderful idea of exploring and discovering. You know, you're going into a wild forest. It's not a cultivated forest, it's a wild forest. And what will you discover? And I feel that way about the music. I want to invite the audience to walk through the wild woods of lute music from the 16th century. So that was my idea.
Thank you very much. Thank you for the disponibility.
Thank you, my pleasure.